Good morning. This is UK time, southeast of England, and it's the 9 a.m. I've got a day off work, and what do you do? Day off work, get on the Zwift. Best thing to do. So I'm on the stage 3, Makuri Madness. Been a fantastic first 2 races, 1 and 2, as part of this series. And I'm not even going to pronounce the course or the stage name. What you mean? What you mez we're lost. Can't even fit it on the top right, as you can see on the graphic. Bit of a comedy name. All good fun. Right, we have 900 plus feet with 10.9 miles distance, and we're straight into a climb. So this is a weird one. I mean, a really weird one. Look, I'm 2 seconds ahead and nobody's coming with me. I'm doing less than 300 watts, 4.5 watts a kilo. What's going on? 3 second gap. I got this ridiculous, with 13 13 riders in the race, I got this ridiculous thought, why don't I go for it now? Because as you'll see in a minute, it extends to 4 and 5 seconds. And I'm thinking, I know this is the first climb, but we're only doing 10.5 miles. You know, it's early in the morning for me, and I've got to say, start of the year, so I've been hovering for most of the year at 76 and a half, 77 kilos on a bad Sunday morning. I'm now down to 74.1, which I want to say is about 164.2 or 3 pounds. Believe me, I've put it into this Zwift. I've put it on my profile straight away, because if I can save that 2.5 pounds extra, especially on a course with lots of climbs, that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm thinking, blimey, I've dropped a kilo here. I'm flying away. But the reality is, if you look at the top left, well, I am averaging 316. Take that away, I'm just doing under 300 watts on a climb. Still 4 watts a kilo. Now, in this category, 450 to 570, I would expect people are climbing at 5 watts a kilo and then push it to 6 watts a kilo. Probably wouldn't do that on the first climb. But if we look at the top graphic, we've got this climb, it's coming to an end, but I felt really good. I'm not even pushing it here. 6 seconds ahead, I felt I could just stand. I'm actually just stretching the hamstrings there. I'm not trying to get away, not trying to do anything silly. I recognise there's 10 miles to go and another 12 riders behind me. And there's quite a long, you can see there's a descent coming up, and then you've got a longish, I'm going to say it's 2, 3, 4%. Bit of a plateau, and then we go for the final climb, which, looking at YouTube, includes some 8, 9, 10% elevation parts to it. So anyway, back to this race, 6 seconds ahead. Mike, why don't you just leg it? 10 miles to go, just boot it. Well, that'd be just absolutely stupid. I'm averaging 310 watts. So, but it did made me, fill me with confidence and made me feel good. Look behind, everyone's 5, 6, 7 seconds behind. So everybody's in the group, nobody's been dropped. And they're obviously going to catch me on the descent as a group of 12. You know, it'd probably take 2 or 3 minutes of a bit of a chase. And you can see, so I've let them catch up now. Lots of confidence, under 10 miles to go. We've only done a mile, and it's really exciting, this. I've got to say, it's another exciting stage. It's all leading up to that final push, the final climb to the finish. So what have we got? We've got a real mixed bag. You've got Van der Berg, Dutch rider. You've got a British rider for the Fellowship, American Parkhurst, Bosvetter, the German. You've got a Swiss rider, Arve. American, 2 Australians, Van Houten, another Brit, Gill, and they're all still in the game. So here they come through. My turn to draft now. I've got to say, I've pulled them along. Average right down to 288. Just going to sit in the draft here. I said it was exciting. Now it gets a bit nothing really happening. No one's breaking away. The Japanese rider TU there, I think I'm connected to and following, and I think it's been in several races I've been in recently, and a good strong rider, I think, if I remember. Vandenberg, I think I've ridden against, possibly Parkhurst, certainly Gill, the Brit rider, riding for dirt. Anyway, back to the race. Beautiful course reflecting Japanese island. You can see those beautiful blossom trees there. 15th gear, favourite gear, I've got to say. It's like a 7-iron playing golf for me, that. Really versatile gear. Can climb to an extent, to a certain degree with it. Great on the flat. Yeah, lots of width. Breadth. 9 miles to go, 1.8 gone. Cruising through this little Japanese village. Absolutely beautiful. Another good stage. Be interesting to see how everybody else approaches this. Is somebody going to attack at the end of that second climb, leaving probably, we'll speed this up, perhaps 2 or 3 miles, one and then a climb to the finish? Is anybody going to do that? I've got the feather there, which is only going to be useful. Got to save that to the end for obvious reasons. So we're going to start this, as you can see, 3.4%. There's a bit of orange coming up, but nothing. I'm just going to sit at the front, still only doing 264 watts, 3.8 watts a kilo. So no one's climbing hard here. Is everybody saving it, or is somebody going to attack off this front when we get to the peak of this, and then push on the plateau, and then have a bit of a lead to go up that final ascent? Let's see. Vandenberg just sat at the front doing 5 and a bit watts a kilo. I'm just following, stretching my legs there. No one's pushing off. I'm not having to do 4 watts a kilo. Sorry, 5 watts a kilo. Not having to do anything spectacular. Stretching the hamstrings. Just let them come through and then just sit in the draft. And then we've got some little punchy climbs here. And then we'll start again. It's more of a long, gradual climb, this. Nothing spectacular, just a bit of a grind. I suspect the average wattage will be high on this course, just because of the amount of climbing. Always keeps the average watts high, because you're often doing well over your FTP on a climb, especially with a climb this long. Vandenberg at the front, Parkhurst, Van Houten, Planté. We'll start the next little part. Everyone's bunched together, no one's been dropped. Very tactical. Just going to keep yourself in the mix. No need to do anything silly. I really was thinking, do I have a bit of a sprint over this top peak and then see who comes with me? That was in my head. I was feeling very comfortable. But I also had the confidence and comfort, if I'm in that front few, I reckon I could stay with everybody up that final climb and then have a bit of a push over the top to the finish. In respect to ZRS points, I want to finish 6th, not 7th. I want a plus net positive ZRS score. I've had that for the last 2 races as I'm coming back to fitness. I was a bit concerned because I've only lost a bit of weight, but would I have the power in my legs? But it seems that I've been working on my core recently, and that's great for cyclists. So it seems that's negating the bit of loss of muscle mass on my legs. Talking about all these incremental details and racing on Zwift against 13 other riders from around the world. It shouldn't be so serious, but I want to do well. I had a fantastic race of my life in stage 2. Absolutely racing for my life up those hills, not getting dropped, so that's the momentum. I want to continue that. So I'm trying to keep on the front foot here. Should be just sat in the draft, but I was kind of thinking, if somebody goes, I want to be there right at the front. Someone puts the power down, and it's reasonable to call that somebody in the next, just in the next half quarter mile, is going to have a go on this. Parkhurst, let's just look at his power numbers on the right. 4.3, 3.8. Not doing anything exceptional, but just pull to the front. Is that an indication that that American rider is going to have a go? I'm just going to stay in this draft. It does no harm, not doing anything excessive. Ullman's coming through from the fellowship. 4.2 watts. Again, nothing ridiculous, but just pulling everyone along. I'm going to have to stay with here. It's only 2%, but I'm doing 360 watts. He's pressing on, this rider. So I'm just going to stay with the Brit here. So I'm not entirely sure of his intention. You can see we've dropped 4 riders there from Harvey down. With 3 seconds behind. They're not fancying it. Interesting, because we've not exactly been pushing here. I would say Ullman and Parkhurst are now. Vanderberg, right. I think people are getting a little more serious. Coming through to the front. Van Houten, the Australian. Dean, the Brit, behind that. We've still dropped TU, the Japanese rider, not coming back, only 2 seconds behind. Gill, Plantes. You can see on the graphic on the top. I think what we're going to see now is if anybody's going to attack, they're going to start attacking it halfway up this next climb. 4 miles to go, 6.8 completed. Still got the feather. What's Parkhurst doing there? Okay, let's see. Someone's using their feather. Someone's using their power up as well. I don't need mine. I'm going to be saving that. I've not done anything excessively. Don't need to use it. Let's just stretch the legs, hamstrings. Let's come to the front with 400 watts, which is about 5.2 or 3 watts per kilo for me. First orange done. Got a few that are 2 seconds behind now. What's Dean going to do? What's Parkhurst going to do? Looks like there's a little rampy bit here. You see the dark red top graphic, probably, I'm going to say 8 or 9%. Only a little part. Is anyone going to go on that? Then it plateaus, then there's something else. Well, I'm just going to come to the front there. The group's opening up. I'm feeling good here. Let's just push through round this corner. You turn to the right in a second, if I remember. There we go. Almond coming through. Put a bit of fire down. 7 watts a kilo. Okay, there's a... Is that rider going to continue though? I can't catch straight away. I'm just going to stick in. That group is splitting. I'm feeling good. I'm at the front here. We've certainly dropped, I want to say 4, possibly 5 riders in there. So I think it's a top 8. Perhaps more. Baxter's hanging on there. Harvey. No, Harvey's in the group. Right. Parker's coming through. TU, the Japanese rider, right in the mix. I knew that rider was... I've seen that rider before. Strong. Right. This is a punchy climb. I'm going to have to put it in here. I think there's going to be a push here. This is interesting. Look at the split now. We've definitely dropped. I'm going to say 2, 4, 6, 8. I think there's just 8 riders, 5 dropped. Ullman, Parkhurst pushing this. I'm going to have to stand up in a minute. Get over 400 watts on this 6.5%, 450. Keep it in. I'm feeling good here. This 74 kilos is a lot of fun, because I'm sure that extra 2.2 pounds makes all the difference. Bear in mind it's £5 in a week. I'm sure that does make a difference on Zwift. Right, just keep in with it. Over 400 watts. 4, 5. There's like a top 5, top 6 of... I need to stay in. Fair play, Ullman, 3 seconds ahead. Just as I thought, gone on the attack. 4 seconds ahead. I can't stay there. I need this feather, don't use it. Have we dropped 2 other riders? Van der Berg 7 seconds behind. I think we might have dropped them now. Right, let's just speed this up. We do rein that rider in, Ullman, as you can see. We all had a bit of a pull there. And we're going to start this final climb. So how many is it? 2, 4, 6, 8 riders, as I told you. Someone's gone off, 2 there. TU, 6.5 watts a kilo. No one's following that. That's powerful at the early part of this climb. Bear in mind, 1.3 miles to go. I cannot chase that down. I'll be blown out. I'm doing 5.5 watts a kilo there on the orange. Need to sit down on the yellow. There's 8 riders in this group. I think we've just dropped another there. Ullman, the fellowship. No, he's 8 seconds behind, but he's doing 7 watts a kilo. Baxter 2 seconds behind. Has Baxter been dropped? I don't know. Look at that orange. Intimidating. 1.2 miles to go and we're doing 5.5%. We're just reining in the Japanese rider, TU. Big steep bit here coming up. I'm going to say 10% at a guess. Well, we're touching just under 9%. That's difficult when you've done this race. I've got the feather, remember. I'm going to have to use this feather. 1.1 mile to go. I cannot use it at the last minute. I'm blowing here massively. They're coming through. I'm 5th place. Fighting. You can see there's 4 seconds. The Japanese rider at the front. Then you've got 3 riders. Then you've got myself and Van der Berg, the Dutch rider. Dean behind me in 7th place. Come on, just get into the pack here. Let's see what they're doing. There, I'm really pleased with that. 5th, I'm right in contention here, but that's blown me up. Look, I can't do 120 watts. I've dropped to 14th gear. Little steep bit just to break. Somebody's just stopped there, Harvey. Is that right? Harvey's doing no watts a kilo. He's gone. And I think he did stop. That's not a glitch. Okay, so we're down to... Is it top 6 here? I've lost count. 1 mile to go. They're pulling away from me. Ullman's gone 7 seconds ahead. Dean's right on my tail. I've got Baxter behind there. Let's just pull away from Dean if I can. Back into 5th. Come on, chase 4th down. I'm feeling good here. Look at all that though, orange. Van der Berg a second ahead. Then with 4 seconds and 10 seconds. You can see all the riders here. Connection lost, unfortunately for Harvey. Unlucky. Does that mean he's still riding and can still finish ahead? I've seen that this week. Anyway, unfortunate. Let's concentrate on this race. I'm in a solid 4th place. Everybody's split. This horrible orange. I'm doing 300 plus watts. Can I get into 3rd here? Oh, I've just sat down. Broken me. I'm in 13th gear. Disaster. I've used the feather. I've had to use the feather. I'm in 5th. Got Dean and TU behind the Japanese rider. Booming back with the feather. In 4th. Come on. Is this 3rd place? Right, I've had to sit down. 13th gear. 2 seconds ahead of Dean, 3 ahead of TU. Come on, get to this blue bit. Feather's gone, right, I'm blown. Vandenberg, right, back, Dean coming by. Come on, get onto this blue bit. I'm in 3rd place. I know there's 13 riders, but this is a massive achievement. Vandenberg coming through. What have I got on this flat? Why did I let that happen? I need to stand up again. I'm only in 13th gear though. That is, you can see it's so back and forth. Vandenberg's having a little bit of a break. We've got the bridge here. I've come through into 3rd. He's taken me again on 4th. Flipping heck. Dean's come through. TU's come through. I'm in 6th. Come on, stand up. They've got some power from somewhere on this flat. I've had to mop my brow. I had nothing in my legs. I'm doing 177 watts. Come on, click up. 14th gear. We've got another climb. They're pulling away. It's 21 seconds to Baxter. Half a mile to go. And we've got this nasty bit with a nasty bit of red here. What a race this is. Fantastic. I'm 3 seconds behind. Can I make any indent into these 3 riders? I can finish 6th or I can finish 3rd here. Come on, push, push. You can see I'm pulling and reining them in here. 3 seconds, sit down. Come on, get up. Get up. They're happy. You can see the 2nd place up there. Brilliant ride. Baxter 18 seconds behind. Everyone else is a long way back. I'm pushing, I'm standing. I remember counting 5 seconds at a time as I stood up. This is really steep as well, so when you stop moving. It's slightly reducing in elevation. I'm 4 seconds behind these 3 riders. 0.3 of a mile to go. Right, big steep bit coming up. I'm going to say 7.5%, 8%. I'm in 12th gear. That's problematic. I'm not going to catch him down. Chase him down. 13th gear. 9.5%. Come on. I'm 7 seconds behind. It doesn't look it because they're only 30 yards ahead. But that's a problem. 0.2 of a mile. Look at me. I've stopped. 96 watts. Oh. Baxter's 10 seconds behind. 6 watts a kilo. I'm going to have to sort this out. He's chasing. Fair play. 5.5 watts. 7 seconds. I've seen that, so get up. 12th. Yeah, Baxter's perhaps blown all his matches. Perhaps not enough time to catch me. I just need to make this solid. 5 seconds behind me. I just need to put that distance. Yeah, Baxter's great effort coming from 18 seconds behind. Anyway, bit too late. Fantastic race. We're coming up 500 feet to go. I'm absolutely blown. Rolling over in 14th gear. One little stand up. Come round the corner. What a stage that is. 6th, I'm well happy with that. I've got to have a positive ZRS. I gave it everything there. I went out perhaps a bit hard. I didn't really go too hard on that first. No, I'll take that back. 3.4 watts a kilo. 255 watts. 59 seconds behind the lead. It says -5, but it was actually positive at the end. If you enjoyed that, like and subscribe. I will be back shortly. Thank you.